New Mexico rental laws outline the rules in the state regarding lease agreements and evictions. We'll examine relevant laws for standard lease agreements, month-to-month lease agreements, and evictions. Standard lease agreement. A standard lease gives an overview of the terms between a landlord and tenant for the renting of property. A standard lease is commonly a one-year fixed period and is the most widely used rental contract. Month-to-month lease. A month-to-month lease is an agreement between a landlord and tenant that renews automatically every month and terminates upon notice by either party. In New Mexico, the notice must be provided a minimum of 30 days prior to termination as required by law. Required disclosures. In New Mexico, the following disclosure is required to be included as part of the lease. Identity. The landlord must inform the tenant of all individuals allowed to access the property and must provide an address for notices. Landlord access. In New Mexico, the landlord is required to provide 24 hours notice before entering the property for repairs or any non-emergency reasons. Security deposit laws. In New Mexico, the maximum amount a landlord can charge for security is 1 month's rent for tenancies lasting less than 1 year. But if the tenants stay beyond a year, the landlord can request as much as they want. The money must be returned to the tenant within 30 days of vacating. Eviction laws. There are 2 legally accepted causes for eviction in New Mexico. Non-payment of rent. If the tenant is late on rent, the landlord can issue a 3-day notice to pay or quit. This gives the tenant 3 days to pay the rent in full, along with any penalties, or vacate the property. If they do neither, the landlord may be forced to seek an eviction from the court. Non-compliance. If the tenant breaks any portion of the lease other than late rent, the landlord may give the tenant 7 days to either comply with the lease or vacate the property. If the landlord is submitting a second notice for the same violation, the landlord can give the tenant 30 days to leave the property without an option to cure.